Hey, what is happening with the ads? Why are we in losses? What's wrong? What are you doing? Right? Who is responsible for this? And then that person, manager, goes to the team. Hey, what is happening? Topic of the day today: boost your team spirit. Revolutionary strategies for uplifting morale. Now, if you see, most of the time of our life, if you see, we spend working. So check out, majority of our life, where do we spend? We spend at work, and even more than our family time. Think about it. In a week, you typically spend whole week at work, most of it, and 2 days at home, which is 5:2 ratio, the 5 versus 2. So if you're actually seeing, most of your time, 60-70% of your time actually goes in work. Now, whether you go to office or you work from home, you are in that work zone, you are in that work mode. Whether you are with yourself or you are with the company of other people, that's where we spend majority of our time. So isn't this interesting that we are spending most of our time in a place which is called workplace? And if you see, everything in life is just nothing but energy. We all are made up of energies. Now, imagine what kind of energy field you're walking into when you're going to work. Today, if you ask me, if you're working in a corporate, what kind of energies that you experience there? Let's talk about typical corporate environment. क्या देखने को मिलता है वहाँ पे? What do you experience? A lot of pressure, rush, negative talks, gossips, criticism, competition. It could be jealousy as well, cribbing, crying, complaining. Would it be fair to say that in a typical corporate, you have 80% of negative or low vibration energies and only 20% positive energies? Is that fair? And a lot of people, when they come back, when they're in that energy field of low vibrations, low energy, when you come back home, what are you bringing back home, right? You're still bringing the same energy. And most of us, we don't even know it. And when you spend that whatever 1 hour, 2 hour with your family, dinner, whatever, what energy are you giving to them then? It's the same that you brought. Most of us, we think that, oh, I have a good mode of switching off the work mode and family mode. But whether you believe it or not, you cannot completely nullify 8 hours, 10 hours of low vibration effect like this. We don't have a switch. Many people come back home and they bring the work in their head. They are home physically, but mentally kahan hai? Where are they mentally? They're still in workplace. They're still thinking about a gossip or criticism or complaint or a stress or a pressure or a work. Something that you're still thinking. And then your family is like, what is wrong with you? You're here, but you're still not here. Abhi to kaam ka baat chodo. Sochna chodo. You're at home now. And that same energy impacts your personal life, your health, your mental health, emotional health, your physical health, your spiritual health as well, right? And that is the reality of life right now. And this is why we decided to do a topic, which is how to boost your team spirit, revolutionary strategies for uplifting morale. What are these? These are nothing but high vibration emotions, morale, team spirit. These are positive energies. Now imagine you're going to a workplace, or it is your company now. What kind of energy do you want? Now, even if you want to, you cannot nullify completely low vibration energy. There will be somebody, some soul coming and bringing their low vibration to environment. You cannot completely 100% remove that. But what you can do is you can create that positive 90%, 80 to 90% positive energy. And that 10% will get nullified over a period of time if you keep doing that again and again and again. So if you want to have the workplace, whether you're working alone, right? And by the way, when you're alone, you are never alone. You're still in your own company, right? So when you are in that company, your workspace, you want positive vibrations, high vibrations. Because everything that you produce, whether in workplace or in your personal life, everything that you create, it comes from that energy, right? If you have to change the environment of your workplace, start with who? Start with self. You cannot change the world. All you can do is change yourself, and you will see the world will start changing around you. You cannot change your workplace or vibration of workplace. You can change yourself, and then let the vibration of yours change the environment around you. This applies everywhere, whether you're in workplace or home. All begins with you. And in the typical workplaces, you see a lot of people have a lot of insecurities. That is why they're reacting and behaving a certain way. A lot of insecurities. If you're running a company, this is also one of your responsibility to make sure that people are not insecure. People are not feeling insecurity. Because what happens when people are feeling insecure? What happens? Now it could be you, by the way, if you're working alone, single person. If you're feeling insecure about your future, what energy are you bringing to your workplace? You might have seen my post that in the last 30 days, we lost about $100,000, which is 84 lakhs. As a CEO, if I start becoming insecure, right? If I start becoming fearful, then I'm a fool. I'm fearful because it's a low vibration energy. And my workplace, we do not have a physical office yet right now, except for very small office for mailing and all. Everybody works from home. But I walk with the office, with my cell phone, with my energies. If as a CEO, if I am fearful, if I'm in a low vibration, if I'm in low frequency, if I'm insecure about our business, our future, what do you think the team environment would be? What do you think the culture would be? Imagine two scenarios. Heavy loss, right? First CEO gets really fearful, panics, starts picking up the phone. Hey, what is happening with the ads? Why have we been losses? What's wrong? What are you doing? Right? Who is responsible for this? And then that person, manager, goes to the team. Hey, what is happening? Why are we not fixing these ads? Why are we spending so much money? Why da 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 da? You see, it just trickles down to the entire organization. And the funny part is you do not even need to be physically present to put your team into low vibration. You do not need to be physically present because energy flows through your words, through your emotions. Forget about even words and emotions. What kind of vibrations are you sending into the universe? It reaches your team. Even if you don't speak a word, you're changing the workplace environment. And there's a second CEO who, of course, feels bad that money is lost or whatever happens. But at the end of the day, he or she knows it is all temporary. Nothing is permanent. Life is in cycles. Business is in cycles. And also reminds that this is just one pillar of life. Money is just one pillar. You have mental, emotional pillar. You have physical pillar. You have spiritual pillar. And you have social relationship pillar, apart from the financial pillar. So if you're going through any of the areas, any of the 5 pillars of life, if you're going through challenge, maybe through relationship right now, remind yourself it is only one pillar of life. You still have 4 pillars which are very strong. For example, and most of these pillars are in your control. Did you know that? Most of these pillars of life are actually in your control. First one, mental, emotional. It's in your control. Yes or no? No matter what is happening outside in the world, who controls this mental and emotional pillar? You're the king, you're the queen, right? Physical pillar, except for illness, that you're going through medical illness, it is still in your control. Yes or no? Yes or no? And in fact, even that illness that you're going through, it is also the byproduct of how you treated your body and your mind. Your stress, your anxiety, worry, that vibration has gone into your food and food has gone into your body and body is showing now the result. Even health you control, whether you believe it or not, right? Except for COVID, of course, you cannot control the external factor, but internal factor, 90% of the diseases you control with the food choices that you make, with the thought that you have. So even health is in your control. There is a third pillar, which is spiritual pillar. Can you control that? Is in your control? Yes or no? Yeah. Being peaceful, being joyful, being happy soul, being powerful soul, being knowledgeable soul. Yes, in your control. So 3 pillars in your control. Fourth pillar, finances, may or may not be in your control 100% of the time because it has a lot of external factors to it. But the last pillar, which is the social pillar, relationship, is in your control? Yes or no? Yes or no? Some of you thinking, but no, I can't control my family, how they're reacting. I cannot control how they're behaving with me. Can you control your social pillar? Can you control your relationship pillar? Yes, you can control social pillar as well. Because it's not about how they behave and what they do. It is about you and your expectations towards them. It's your detachment, your ability to send positive vibrations and blessing them. You may not be able to mind control them. You cannot hypnotize them, but you can life control them. What does a life control them? When I say control, doesn't mean literally control. It's life empowerment, meaning you can send more positive blessings to them, more love to them, and whatever you give to them will come back to you. So out of 5 pillars, there's only one pillar which is not so much in your control, which is the finances. But फिर भी मन दुखी क्यों रहता है? क्यों हाय पैसा, ओए पैसा, मेरा पैसा, हम क्यों करते रहते हैं ऐसा? Why we keep crying about the money and finances when 4 pillars are in your control, which is 80% of life is in your control. It's only 20%. And out of that 20%, I'm sure all of you have a house to live, whether rented or owned. खुले आसमान के नीचे सोते हो नहीं ना? You all have a house, right? You all have a house, right? And you all get proper food every day. How many of you get proper food? And you have a bed to sleep. How many of you have a bed to sleep? बस तो हो गया, और क्या चाहिए? Successful तो हो यार आप. You have a house to live in, you have food to eat, and you can sleep. How wonderful it is, right? You know, but problem है, बड़ा घर चाहिए देव. बड़ा घर चाहिए. Need a bigger house, bigger dreams, bigger goals, bigger ambitions. Don't want just food. I want to travel the world and have food from different world. I want experiences. Yeah, you do that as well. You do that as well. But understand the difference between need and the want. You don't need it. You want it. Your needs are met. Only wants are bothering people and making them sleepless. Yeah. And then there's nothing wrong in wanting. Please understand this. There's nothing wrong in wanting. But that wanting is creating low vibration. There is a problem. The wanting should have high vibration, positive energy. That you're trying to achieve something, right? So coming back, it is fair to say that more than 90% life is in your control. Yes or no? Because even finances, your needs are met. So that means you're 90% of control, or even 95% control. तो फिर भी ये मन काहे रोता है? काहे दुखड़ा रोता है 5% के लिए? Why is it that मन भटक जाता है? Keep crying. So to answer your question, why am I sharing this with you? This is the context that I already remind myself when I go through this low vibration money loss. The second CEO. Which CEO should you be? Which entrepreneur should you be? First or second? The second. So whenever this happens in life or business, I just remind myself that I still have 90% of my life under control. I manage my life and I look at the good side of life that I have. Okay? That makes me positive. That makes me in a high vibration. That makes me more joyful. Right? And of course, I do my little bit of, activity that I really like doing when these things happen. I go watch a movie. Sometimes I eat a pizza also. Like, what did I do? When I watch a movie, I don't have to go anywhere. I have a 100-inch TV. So I watch my home theater at home with beautiful speakers, grab a pizza, and I allow myself to experience that, whatever feeling that I'm experiencing for some time. Because if you're feeling bad, don't try and, ignore that feeling. Let that feeling pass through you. You feel like crying, you cry. I do not cry. But if you feel like crying, you cry. It's okay. But don't avoid that feeling. If you're enjoying this content, I know you are a soul looking for liberation and freedom and happiness. And I actually want to invite you to a unique Passionpreneur Satsang. See, this is a place where we discuss about spirituality, where we talk about dharma, karma, sanskar. And I think this is one place which helps people to get rid of all the worry, stress, and anxiety and charge their batteries, their soul power in optimum way. So if you want to join us every Saturday, 9 a.m., please check out the link and book your seat right now, as long as it is available, because we have limited seats up to 1,000. And right now, we are sponsoring all the people. So join us in the Passionpreneur Satsang.